Well, gentlemen,
yes.
sir.
Oh, God.
Yep, cheers to us.
Thank you very yes. I mean, there's only one place to be, and it's right here.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
award-winning. It's
Yes.
us.
It
Woohoo!
was some hard work. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers, cheers,
Thank
cheers,
you.
cheers, cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Mm.
What the fuck are you guys on about?
What?
What?
What are you on about?
You didn't win?
We didn't win.
Win what?
Who won the best?
What do you mean?
Who won the?
You guys haven't won anything.
Tournament of the year?
Unsung hero. Lewis, is this yours?
No, I don't think so. What? I thought we got the right.
it's
We got
the-
best,
the
best
media.
esports coverage, right?
I
Yeah.
thought so.
Yeah, best.
Who got esports coverage?
The,
Mate, I told you to stay out of my secret little drawer. Come here.
Who got the
Are
coverage?
these yours?
No, what do you
This
got?
is mine.
That's
I don't
yours?
even like you guys. Give me this. You guys don't produce good enough content.
Who won it?
Devior.
Stevia. No, that's
Isn't
a
that-
sweetener.
Isn't it a sweetener?
No, that's stevia.
I thought that was the thing that you, like this like when you cut your knee. No, that's a staph infection.
Okay,
Steve.
to Steve.
Yeah, congratulations to them and Steve.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Oh,
I think
thanks,
I think Steve should get a drink as well.
He should. Steve needs
should.
one.
Yeah.
This is top shelf
He's
quality.
drunk from yesterday.
The thing is, I mean, is it going to affect his production quality?
Well,
I've gotta
Steve's
say-
still drunk from yesterday, so
I've gotta
you can't
say,
really.
though-
This will improve one's production.
I think he's at that point,
Fantastic.
guys, that if he gets drunker, he's going to get closer to his normal self again.
We're
Yeah.
thinking drunken master. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, like you want this, he is the drunken master of
I
cybergamer.
gotta say, it's a load of cock and ball.
Nice.
It's
Oh.
yep. As we said, if we
Well, in all
lose,
seriousness, though, welcome
Yeah.
to the Esports Show. Congratulations to Survivor in taking out the Esports Pro Oceania Best Esports Coverage Award. Unfortunately, we were bested this time, gentlemen.
we were.
But commiserations to those who are also in the category with us. For the life of me, can't remember them. We had
There was the Arena Esports.
there was
Yeah,
on
and
SBS
Snowball.
and Snowball.
Snowball.
Yeah.
Snowball.
Oh,
They do-
of course,
they
it was
do good
Snowball.
stuff.
And
Yes.
Snowball makes some great content. So, thank you very much for nomination, me. And, welcome to episode 20 of the Esports Show, award-winning.
Yep.
That's Steve, not us. We have a packed show this week, so we're going to smash through some content for you, ladies and gentlemen. And topically, we're going to be talking about the EGAA conference and the Esports Pro Oceania Awards. Lewis,
Yeah.
I am incompetent as a host because I'm too busy with everything else. I never do research. So why don't you tell us about what went on?
What, you think I did research? We didn't win. I told you, man. I told you.
If we don't win,
It
we don't
doesn't-
care.
It doesn't matter if we don't win.
So we get a participation award, I think.
Absolutely,
we
should.
did, we
also,
did.
Lewis, if you're not going to finish
No,
that
hey,
bottle,
hang
I'll have
on,
it
wait,
after
we
this
did-
glass.
Hang on.
To us.
To us. Hang on.
To us.
I'll put the cock and ball up there as well.
That's good. This is probably the most props we've ever had on an esports show.
Yeah, I
We
know.
can
What's
get more.
that?
It nearly looks
Nothing.
like the OPL desk at this stage.
It nearly looks like the OPL desk at this stage, according to Steve.
I could get it looking better.
Well, yeah, look, next week it might look a little bit better. Hey,
Yeah.
Terry, we'll see how we go.
What is that?
It's Daddy's special go-go juice.
It's
It helps me focus, gives me more energy. But for the life of me, I have no idea what the brand is.
no,
We don't know. Stay tuned.
not a clue. All right.
But
Jesus, he's had 3 sips and it's sparkling.
mate, it's caffeine in my veins right now. That's
Okay.
that's put me here, not
Right.
alcohol. So hopefully we can balance it out. But Lewis,
Oh, no.
the EGA
Yeah.
conference saw our gentleman's production extraordinaire, who hasn't made a mistake so far this week, actually go and talk on a panel. Tell us all about it for those
Yeah.
that weren't aware.
Well, he was the one all over Twitter. Everyone was stoked he was there. But they ran a lot of stuff. I wasn't there. You weren't there and Terry wasn't there. So
No.
we didn't have the full in-depth stuff. There wasn't a lot of coverage either. It was just what people were posting on Twitter.
And there has been notes that have been posted out by one of the conference goers that were posted today, and I have not had the time between work, uni, and here to
No.
actually cover them all. So
But, yeah,
maybe
but
in
also
time.
there was like they were all having an argument about one of the slides on there without actually posting what the slide was.
And
like,
it was-
I just
it was
thought
on another tweet. It was
I
on
just-
another tweet.
I just thought it was a general argument, so I've come in and they're like,
An argument.
yeah, but
and
we're
you-
not even. So I'm like, well, then what the hell is this? At least explain your positions.
Please explain.
yeah,
Oh God.
Yeah.
it was
okay.
painful. It was painful, but No, it looked like people had fun.
Yes.
I
Someone had
suppose.
so much fun that the fun's carried on till today.
Yeah, they talked esports apparently, but I don't. The one thing that I sort of got from the tweets that I saw was like they ran a panel on diversity.
They did.
Great,
Cool.
but then that was
Something we're all for in esports, absolutely.
100%
Diversity of race, gender,
as the thorough,
religion, and creed.
Yeah, white male diverse esports.
This is the most diverse esports show you've ever seen. We've got we have a German, we have a
Irishman,
and a
We'll go with English then.
yeah. So not even diverse in terms of Europe either.
I would have said Argentinian, but I'm way too white for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then like there were 3 out of 4 of that panel were women, and then there was like I don't think there was another woman on any other panel, which I kind of thought, well, you could practice what you preach.
It was highlighted. Amy Potter, who is the social media
Let's Play
manager for
Live.
Let's Play Live. I love Miss Potter at Hello Miss Potter on Twitter. I think I actually remembered someone's Twitter handle properly this time.
That's amazing. Ooh.
Love Amy and the work she does, and she highlighted that as well. She wasn't there, but in all the coverage that we saw, I mean, the panelists were announced on Twitter as well, and on the website you could see who was talking on what panel. I haven't actually read through it, so I'm not going to deny or confirm whether it was only the
I may
diversity
be
panel.
wrong.
We could be wrong.
I may be wrong.
But
I'm just saying from what I saw.
She
on
highlighted that
Twitter,
point as well, is that if you want to talk about diversity in esports, it wasn't really diverse. Like the only panel that had
after that, like during that section, great, but then sort of include it within the section.
Yeah, if you want to talk about diversity in esports, that comes up not as, for me at least, being a cis white male, that comes up as a topic that I'd like to talk about in each aspect of esports, not just let's talk about diversity here. Let's go, okay, diversity in marketing for esports.
Yeah.
What's being done differently? How are we including different racial groups? How are we including different gender groups and like all these sub-factions of society? How are we including these people in each facet of esports, not just let's talk about where there's women in esports?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that might just be me being ignorant and an idiot, but I want to see a more well-rounded approach to that.
We're being nitpicky, and it's something we might touch on later. We might do a bit more research into the topic.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my nitpicky view of it. But it looked like it was like a bit of good interactions, networking that was going on there as well. So
Steve quite enjoyed the beverage facilities.
the beverage facilities.
They
His
were
interactions
highly
with the bar.
applauded.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
look, not sure if we're going to encourage people to attend next year because, you know, I don't know, but
Well, if
we didn't.
If
so
we win an award, then sure. That's
but
what I said.
Certainly, it was good to see, and I was behind the CG Twitter account, making sure I tweeted about Steve as soon as I found out, because it was great to see Steve,
No,
not
good.
only CG's AEM pick up that award for community tournament,
Yep.
but also Steve,
And the
an
unsung
award that
hero.
was well earned.
There's no more Mr. Grassroots
No.
in OCE.
There is
Yeah,
not.
true.
He is a hero now. He is ascended from being grassroots.
But now that he's been
Sung.
sung, he's not unsung anymore.
That's right.
So does that mean we take the award away from him?
Well, see, Steve's thing is there's no date on that award, so he's going to be spruiking
year.
that, retweeting that every year now. He is the unsung hero of esports in our region. Moving on though, my friends, Terry.
Yes.
Let's talk about League of Legends as we come up to week number 9 of
Right,
the
we
OPL
are.
split. He's on it today.
Actually,
Little scamp.
we can just run through a couple of the awards that did go out.
You
like
wanna
best,
run- yeah?
best esports club.
Best esports organisation was the Chiefs
Chiefs.
Esports Club.
Yeah, and then sort of what was it best esports team?
Best esports team,
Went
referring to an
to-
individual roster.
Yeah, went
that
to
was
Mindfreak.
to Mindfreak Call of Duty.
Yeah, and well, I don't follow Call of Duty that much.
They are
but they
getting a bit.
are, as a full Australian roster, I believe, they're doing big things internationally. So, good pick. I
Yes,
reckon.
very good pick.
The play of the year, I think there was a limited submissions. I mean, that was a good clip.
There was, and also this was part of the community votes. So the
Yes.
community submitted these nominations, and the community
Well, it was-
voted on them.
Yeah, but I think there was like 3 or 4 clips that were like in total. I mean, there was stellar highlights from throughout the year.
Yeah.
I think there could have been more high competition. That may have won in the end as well, but I think there could have been some high competition.
There were more, not only in terms of frequency, but also higher level of play, clips posted after the nominations were announced by people going, this could have been in there, than before. So maybe if people had decent clips that they could remember
Yeah.
and took 5 minutes to submit that clip, we would have seen those clips actually make it to the awards.
But like, I don't know. I was just thinking, I'm sorry. Like, I respect. I was like full Kanye West. It's like,
I'ma let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish. But Chiefs Rocket League side had the best play of all time.
Yeah, Luke, all right, Kanye, calm down.
Yeah.
But there was some other awards as well. ESL cleaned up at the shop, as expected.
Expected to.
We pinned that as soon as the categories were announced.
it was like, oh.
Best event of the year, IEM Sydney. Best esports organizer, I think it was ESL Australia.
And best broadcast.
And
team.
best broadcast team. That middle one, I might have miffed what the award was.
Yeah,
It's
potentially.
one champagne and a lot of caffeine. So, but there was some great awards as well. MCV Pacific, who ran all of this in conjunction with the EGAA and Respawn Ninja for the community awards, etc.
Yep.
They've released a full list as well, available online. We're not going to link it because I didn't have time to grab links, so bugger you all.
Go find it yourself.
know.
But we might do a summary as well, because, fun fact,
Yeah,
our website's coming along.
it is.
Lovely. www.theesportsshow.com.au.
So we did
Quick
get the two
plug.
S's?
We did get the two S's
That's
and a
fantastic.
.com.au. We're verified as being in Australia, which is great because we are an Australian registered business. So
Really?
yeah,
So
we
you
are.
can claim stuff on tax?
We no, you can't. The
Yeah,
show can.
if we-
if
we
the show
bought
had money to
things.
buy, yeah, that's right.
Subtle hint, subtle hint.
We are going to start putting content on the website as well. Some of it just recaps of the show in text form, so you can read it at your own leisure. We've started this week. I've put a placeholder up there about the awards, so that will be coming. But I started this week, Terry. I've actually put your stuff online. Great segue, Judge. Talking about the OPL, because we didn't actually introduce ourselves this week, but if you don't know who we are, sorry.
Too late. All right, let's do a quick recap of last week, week 7's
Thank you,
results.
Steve, for the trade media link in the chat. Anyway, week 9. My friend, tell me about the LOL.
All right, so we're going to go back to week 7 results real quick. Avant defeating Tectonic, no surprise there, 2-0. Bombers defeating Sing Gaming, 2-1. Chiefs defeating Legacy, 2-0. Direwolves defeating Order, 2-1. So results for week 8. Legacy defeating Order. I didn't see that one coming.
Excuse me?
2-1.
Okay.
Yeah, Avant defeating Sin, 2-1. Direwolves defeating Tectonic, that's a no-brainer. Chiefs defeating Bombers, also a no-brainer. So,
Now I put out
do you?
tweet about that.
Oh, okay.
You did.
About
about that.
this upcoming, like that week, week 8, that if you picked all the favourites to win, you would only get value of $1.21
Yes.
to your dollar. Like that was super heavy favourites.
Yeah.
And then Legacy just goes,
Yep.
hey. But like you'd be
Yeah.
silly to put that bet on.
You
Like,
would.
You'd be super silly.
I mean,
I mean,
let's
you'd be silly
honest.
or you'd
it's just
be
not.
mean.
It's just not value.
And also, let's talk about gambling in general
we'll
very
get-
quickly
we'll
as an
get there a
aside.
bit- we'll get there a
Doing
bit later as
multis
well.
isn't the most efficient way to do that
I'll
anyway.
get there. We'll get there.
We're coming
later.
there, are
we'll
we?
get there later.
Ooh, juicy.
We'll get there
Oh,
later.
God. I feel a gavel down coming.
But we saw the standings on the screen. So, of
did
course,
have-
Chiefs and Direwolves first and second.
Chiefs, Direwolves, 24-23, so that's really hotly contested. Order, 21. A bit of a skill difference.
If we get the next image up as well, it also has them on there with the matchup, so we can see where
Ah,
they're
cool.
standing
Oh,
as
that
we
is-
look into the future.
Okay.
Did you do this?
Graphicsologists.
A graphicsologists.
We
They
need
are
to send-
highly paid, trained members
We
of
need
the
to send them a
esports
fruit
scene.
basket. So we'll skip to week 9. Legacy Bombers, I'm going 2-0 for Legacy for that one. Direwolves versus Avant, 2-1. Direwolves favour. Chiefs Order. I'm going for Chiefs 2-1. That's going to be my game of the week. Tectonic versus Sin Gaming. I want Tectonic to at least get one win, so Sin will take it out though 2-1. So
Okay.
Chiefs
Now,
versus Order is
look-
going to be fun.
Yeah, so looking at how this stacks up
Yes.
with the numbers, you need to come 5th to make the gauntlet.
You
right?
do.
Yes.
Yep. So
I threw my
Bombers,
standings away, son of a bitch.
Bombers on the 6th,
Yes.
but on 6 points, compared to 5th of Legacy on 14 points. They cannot make it.
No, they cannot.
So they
Because this is
cannot
the
get there.
final week. Bombers cannot get into the top 5.
can't.
So Bombers, Tectonic, and Sin are out.
Yep.
Yes.
They're out of the gauntlet.
Right? But the match down the bottom, Tectonic and Sin, is to
For pride.
will almost not be last. Tectonic with a 2-0 could tie it up.
Could.
But I
I'd-
don't think you want to come last for the relegation stuff maybe in the future.
No, like
No.
we talked about the restructure to the
Yeah.
OPL in its pseudo franchise model
Yep.
way back
Yeah,
in
yeah,
season,
yeah,
like
that's a while
mid season
ago.
1, so like
Yeah.
October.
Yeah.
I need a refresher on it. I do, in how it's going to work, because the OPL technically still has 2 seasons, but
Yes.
then relegations is one right at the end,
Yeah.
because the OCS is one full split, which
Yes.
you are actually about to talk about.
Okay, so the OCS update, I've actually wrangled some information. So it's going to kick off May 10th.
Yes.
Right. So it's been fully confirmed. I sent out some emails that all 8 OPL teams are going to have academy teams, which for one team I don't understand, but I will bring that up later on the website.
Okay.
So Dire Cubs, obviously Legacy Genesis, Sin Academy, Abyss Academy. Haven't heard Abyss the name Abyss for a while.
They're going with Abyss Academy.
Abyss
They
Academy.
are. Abyss
That
Academy.
makes less sense. They could have just gone with Abyss. Instead of Academy, there's Academy of a team that doesn't exist.
That's right.
Yes. Welcome to OCE.
I need more of this.
Chiefs, Tectonic have an academy team, which just. And then the 2 privateer teams I can confirm. Darksided, they advertised, I think it was about 2 weeks ago. They're looking to fill their roster. They picked up a spot.
Yeah, they got the
And,
Atletico spot.
Yes. Wait,
Unconfirmed.
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 Speculated, likely true, but unconfirmed.
Put it this way,
Unconfirmed.
I kicked the bear on Summoner Society and I got a bite back, but not the bite that I wanted.
Okay.
So, and our mates over at Crimson. So the other 2 privateer teams haven't been announced yet, not to my knowledge. But
I
if
did
you-
see the Darksided announcement as well, and they
Yes.
said we've received over 120 applications, so give us time.
Also, yeah. So,
So-
it's, I
So when
find-
does it start? Sorry?
May 10th,
May
and the
10th.
announcement was made 2 weeks ago. So they've got 2 months to put their team together, get them gelled, boot camp them.
That's not
That's
too
actually
bad
not too
on
bad.
esports standard
MJ
timeline.
has confirmed DS did not buy the Atletico spot.
Okay.
Thank you, MJ. Appreciate it.
Love you. So yeah, so here we go. So here's the promotion sort of side of it and the general rules. One team's going to get promoted, but it's not assured. Right, have to fully vet them. They have to have a full franchise, income structure, unlike other people who want to do group funding. If they're not successful, the spot will be sold onto another OCS team, a privateer team. And then that OCS team that won but didn't get through will be reimbursed
Yep.
an amount of money. If an OPL team owned OCS team wins, then that team will and can be sold to a private team, i.e. Darksided could pick up a OPL team.
Because you can't have 2 slots.
Yeah,
you
can't
cannot have 2
no, you
slots in
cannot
the
have 2
OPL, and this is reiterating what we talked about in October.
Yeah, so essentially, let's say Dire Cubs win it, Darksided go, hey, we've got some money, we want to buy that team, up they go. Players will also be allowed without penalty to hand over accounts that have bought or have been given. So Riot understands that people make mistakes, take a level 30 account and smurf on that, you can hand them back in without
Yeah.
any penalty, which is fantastic.
So basically,
it's like the
they have
buyback, the gun buyback.
they have an
thing.
amnesty
Yeah. It's an
right now.
amnesty.
Riot is putting on an amnesty.
Up till April 19th, that's when your roster lock has to be in and all the details for your club have to be in.
Cool, good
So
idea.
yeah, so obviously where was I? There's also going to be a player behaviour check that ends on April 19th. So you get a fail, pass, or a warning. Those on warnings will be followed up to every couple of weeks. You good there?
Yeah, look, just adjusting my mic position because I
Fantastic.
wasn't comfortable up there.
Okay. And pass fails, obviously, it's pretty easy to make sense on that.
Now, MJ's also updated. He believes Darksided picked up the Corvidae spot via an intermediary. So,
nice.
well done to Darksided, regardless of how they got it.
Fantastic.
They have a lot of applications to sift through at the moment.
Does
in terms of players.
Darksided have a team in pretty much everything now?
Almost.
The Gfinity's Street Fighter.
Well, they've got Street
No, but I mean,
Fighter.
you'd have to be in Gfinity, and
Yeah,
Gfinity
that-
would have to have started.
That
I'm
didn't come
talking,
up.
about, I'm talking about, like, the rest.
Jesus, man.
Courtney says we're all wearing black. Excuse me, navy. All right,
Grey.
that is more grey than black. And you dress your own husband, okay? Don't come at me with that.
Don't
It's,
at me.
it's like the that news clip where they're all wearing white.
That's right.
The beige, the bone, the cream.
Yeah, he's got checks, he's got spots, and I got stripes.
That's right, okay? We're all different in some way. Cool. Looks good for the OPL and for the OCS starting up.
Yep.
I'm just about to post in chat, and you're going to see that link come through now. That right there is the article. I posted it about 1 this morning after Terry finished writing it for me. I reformatted some bits, and that's what we've got. It's going to look much prettier after some updates. Our whole site's going to look much prettier after some updates because it's a lot of work to be done there. So
Did you leave the order thing on there as well? The little bit I wrote about order, did you?
maybe, I don't know. Have a look.
Exactly.
I put everything that Terry sent me basically on there, so and just reformatted it to look
Grown
Free.
up.
So make sure you head over to our website, thesportsshow.com.au. That link there will send you straight to it, or you can get to the OPL recap for Week 8 2018 from the front page.
Yep.
Lewis.
So, still some more League of Legends stuff.
Oh,
the
God.
next gamer.
Ooh,
Oh, that horrible
So we
idea.
ran.
that's a fantastic idea.
well, no, it was a good
Am
idea.
am I coming too hard out of the gates on that was horrible execution for season 1, and I should talk about this at the end of this segment?
Just relax a little bit.
He's a lawyer.
Look, they put out essentially a teaser tweet. It looked like they put out. It just said S2. We've got a picture of it. We can put up.
Let's have a look.
But this wasn't the actual tweet. We had to get it from the Discord link that Nightfall posted in.
So Nightfall saw this, put the link in our Discord
Yeah.
for the prep we do for the show. This is a screen cap of the preview that happens when you put Twitter links in Discord.
Correct.
Yeah, cool.
Because I went to the link and we got the next.
What's coming up
We
here?
Go to the next one.
There it is.
Here we go. They deleted every single one of their tweets.
They have, except for now.
Now they put another one on, but
They
I've got
have.
I've got a theory.
Should I explain
on why
what's
that is.
happened first?
Explain
Or what's
after.
happened? Okay.
Explain after. I've got a theory on what it is with the
Okay.
next picture.
Next picture.
Yep, it's haunted.
I love you.
Ew.
So we put, like we try to every week, to let you know that we will actually be on for the week and that we're going to be doing things. I put out a tweet at about lunchtime today announcing some of the things that are going to be on this show,
Yes.
and also talking about and mentioned and tagged the next gamer and said, hey, you know, you're going to be on this show because we saw you post S2. We got a reply, not on the tweet I put on the Esports Show Twitter, but Go to Game, our distribution partner, they put out their own tweet.
Yeah, retweeted it.
They
or,
copy paste tweet for us. Yeah. So they put out their own tweet again with the itinerary. Now we don't have a picture for you, but the next gamer replied saying only one word: Asia. Now this could be a wonderful marketing ploy, where they've gone. The next gamer season 2. Get ready for it. It's APAC, not just Australia.
No, it's haunted.
It's haunted, or it's been hacked by Asian
It's-
investors that are looking to take their massive reach of 666 followers and exploit it to the masses.
Yep.
No.
I think it is Lucifer.
It's absolutely Lucifer Morningstar,
Yeah.
owner of Club Lux. He's
Oh, God.
absolutely taken over the next gamer Twitter.
Yep.
But we'll see what happens.
It's just weird. That's why we're talking about it. It's
It is.
weird.
It's weird. If you're going to do teasers, there's a way about it. The esports meta is to just randomly post eyeballs from an associated account, like a CEO's Twitter, and then people go, oh, their club's doing something. Or you
Yeah.
make 3 announcements before you make the announcement.
Or a fake hype announcement.
Like
Yes.
Bill Chess.
Bill Charles from ESL.
Yeah.
ESL Global. Yeah.
Yes, there's with his surprising talent tweet. That, we talked about that last episode, didn't we, I think?
Yeah, it was a fortnight ago.
Yeah, a fortnight ago.
Yeah.
Whose fault is that?
It's my fault. My existence is pain. I'm Mr. Meeseeks. So it's just weird.
It's very strange. That's why we're talking about it. They
Yes.
hinted. It looks to be some sort of hack with the 666. It may be the devil. It may be not. Who knows? It's not proven otherwise yet.
No.
But it does look like a hack with all the deleted tweets. I don't know why they'd want to get rid of all the history. It
No,
doesn't make
I
much
don't.
sense.
It doesn't make much sense at all.
Yep.
Regardless of the fact, if they are coming back for a season 2, God, I hope it's better than season 1.
Yep.
Moving on though, let's talk about PUBG. It's the most esports ready title on our show tonight. Star Series Kiev happened over in Ukraine.
It
did. We have had Athletico head over there for that event. We spooked them a fair bit before they went over. Tell us about the results, Lewis.
We'll look at the. I just want to look at the studio first.
Let's look at the
'Cause it
the
was
studio.
stunning. There's a video.
Oh, you got
for the
video?
next one. Yeah.
Did you take a Twitch clip? God, you're good, Steve. He's not even listening,
Yeah. So
and he's
the
doing better
studio-
than usual.
Absolutely beautiful. Same one they used for the CS:GO just the week before.
But converted.
But they converted the hell out of it.
God,
and
this
it was
looks good.
phenomenal. The camera work was beautiful. They did an absolutely brilliant job with
Holy
Full production
moly.
That's so
That
pretty.
looks
um,
really good.
it. And
And funnily enough, based off of your concept design for a LAN,
yeah, kind of. They just split it in half because I wanted them all on top of each other.
you
but
wanted
they
like
just
4
ran it
stacks
down.
going back.
Yeah.
But look, we memed about that kind of format for a stage for an event like this. the way they've done that, hands down, my favorite display of a
Yeah.
stage. Not thinking about like your IEMs with stadiums.
Yeah.
When you're going like studio production,
Yeah.
that is my damn favorite.
It
That
was
is so creative.
It was stunning. When I saw it, I was just like, I'm
Yeah.
clipping that and putting it on the show.
Absolutely, it was
Clip
great.
it.
It's beautiful. But we got the results image to put up.
Okay, let's have a look at the results.
If
Results?
Results.
There he is.
He's
back.
He's drunk. It's okay.
So results come up. Atletico got 12th. The best
Damn.
they placed was 6th. They got a
Yep.
couple 6ths. So it was a decent event by them. I think Liquid went on a 3-win tear
They did.
on day one, but FaZe finished strongest and came away with the victory. Big money going out there. It was like StarLadder did a really good job those last few weeks in the Ukraine. It was amazing. With the
Yeah.
CSGO into the PUBG.
Yeah, they did very well, and commendations out to StarLadder. I mean, for me, PUBG has been something that like it's been done at majors. We've seen it done at IEMs, and it's been big, and they've
Yeah.
done what they can with the title. Having worked with the title in production, it's a pain in the ass to say the least.
yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
love Bluehole, I love PUBG as a game. Spend most of my hours when I find time to play games in it, but it has been an uphill battle. It's been an early access title going into esports.
Yeah.
So to do what Star Series did, with what I assume is Bluehole and PUBG Corporation support, and they may have had a tech there, who knows? But I assume they got behind it because it was a big comp.
Yeah.
But it was amazing, regardless of that fact.
Yep.
The setup was good. The camera, even the camera work in game was amazing. So I have to give credit to Star Series here.
Everyone was
StarLadder did
like,
great.
give Star Series a CSGO major, make 3 for the year, and give them a major because they did so well over the CSGO and the PUBG.
They
So,
did.
yeah, great
We'll see
work
what
done there.
happens moving forward in the year.
Yep.
Moving on, though, also talking about PUBGs, we've had it done locally here. We've had the CGI PUBG Squads finals,
Yeah, so-
as well as the CG Solos finals after that.
Yeah, I don't have the solos results.
I can talk through those.
You
that's
can
fine.
talk through those. But Atletico did finish top of the ladder, but they weren't there. They were overseas,
Yes.
still coming back. So Hench Kids come away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Really close between first and fifth, even sixth. I mean, across, like, pretty similar here. You see Hench Kids, they didn't need a chicken dinner to win either. They,
No.
Just consistency.
And that's the thing is that talking about the point system, in solos, we actually saw someone outside the top 10 because solos was done best of 9. But it's not, like first to 5 wins. It's 9 matches are played, and the points accrued from those 9 matches, the person with the total at the end, similar to CGI Squads, is the winner. Now, we had, and I've just mental blanked on who won it. I think it was Radar, I think. And I'll check that in a minute. But he was outside the top 10, going
Okay.
into the 9th map.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Did so well, people within the top 10 got knocked out early, and
Yep.
he did so well also getting kills. He won by 5 points. Now it's
Wow.
250 points in solos for the dinner.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get 5 points a kill.
Oh, that's the
Wow.
final kill.
Yeah. Actually, I think it might have been Straya
Okay.
Kenny was the winner. Straya. Yep. I'll double check that and confirm later. 'cause
Yeah, well,
we didn't have it on the
we'll do
sheet.
that.
I wasn't thinking about talking about it. But yeah, PUBG as a competition, like it was tense right down to the end. The only people that were really excluded were outside the top 12 from actually winning, depending on performance.
Okay.
Because they were just, unless they came in there with, the chicken dinner plus, 10, 20 kills, they weren't winning. So
Yep.
I highly encourage people, even if
Sign-ups are open, I believe,
are open.
for I for A. For
CGI
individuals.
squads, relegations was played out last night.
Yep.
The information can be found on Cybergames Twitter. When I tweet it out later, because Jeremy asked me to do it last night, but I was so damn tired doing research and working on the website, so I didn't. So I'll tweet that out later on tonight about the relegations and how that panned out. But yes, CGA for squads is open. Teams of 4 playing squads in PUBG, so get 3 of your mates and sign up for that. Premium is required to play from Cybergamer, so make sure all players have a premium subscription to CG to compete.
Yep.
And solos as well, similar to CGA. registrations are open now for season 2. So make sure everyone you sign up to those.
And I agree with Genome that Clash Royale Finals was the best production esports.
Absolutely.
Not wrong.
Similar
Not
to
wrong,
Monkey
amazing.
Fist, they say Blast Series was pretty cool. It
that
was pretty
That
cool.
that was pretty good. They just stuffed up day one. But
They did.
it was good.
Marcus has the best reply of all time, though. What do you mean Minecraft Hunger Games is the only good esport? So, yes.
Nah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Get that out as an esport. Right.
However, it wasn't just PUBG that CG had. Let's have an update on
Well, there's
CGP
lots
CSGO.
that CG has, but
CG
we'll just
doesn't
focus
stop.
I
on
mean, there's
the-
like, 13 titles across CG at the moment, including online?
Too much, but we're going into
And we've won awards.
and awards.
Not for production.
We have award-winning unsung heroes here, but not production.
Exactly right.
It's a PG show, Steve. Shut up.
Okay, but
we've
tell me what we're looking at here,
Yeah,
my friend.
so we got 2 weeks to go. Corvid only have 1 match to go, as do someone else.
I like that too.
Ground Zero.
Ground Zero.
Ground
team.
Zero. But we've got Chiefs, Greyhound, and Corvid confirmed for LAN.
Yes.
And now we have August.
And now August is the CG logo
Is the
there
CG
on
logo.
4th. We've
Ex-
been representing them with a question mark.
Yep. Ex Atletico.
Yes.
And Darksided are fighting for the last spot at LAN.
They are.
Now, last match of the season could be very, very exciting in 2 weeks because they face each other. They should be able to get 2-0s next week. Get them both
Darksided and
August.
yes.
So they're both on 4 and 6. They should be able to get 2-0s next week, and it's going to come down to
They
a straight.
should be 6 and 6
Should be.
going into the last week.
Should be. And then if that happens, it's going to be a straight shootout between the two. for
Whoever
LAN.
wins
amazing.
that final match in the last week, if
So
they both
good.
pull 2-0s coming this Monday, Tuesday,
Yeah.
a fortnight from, or just under a fortnight from now, that will determine who goes to LAN.
Should just
Because
run
Avant is well out of the running.
You should just run it as a best of 3 because then you don't want to tie.
Yeah, that's it. So
kinda awkward.
if they split at 1-1, I imagine we'd do the tiebreaker right then and there.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
So we'll see how that pans out. We'll
Sure.
keep you up to date on the Cyber Gamer WD CGPL for autumn 2018. I had to think about that then. But also, talking CSGO, the ESL AUNZ champs, week 1 and 2, because this show didn't run last week. Tell us about it, Lewis.
Yeah, so I was going to do up some graphics for it.
Okay.
But right now, it is too confusing for the amount of time I have on this show to run through what's going on.
Okay,
There's
is this the
16
quick fire
teams-
round?
16 teams, 2 pools of 8.
Yes.
Okay.
They play the same structure as Cybergame Premier League, but it's like having 2. There's been a lot of whitewashes. There's been some close matches as well.
Yes.
But we were expecting a lot of whitewashes in it as well.
I mean, that's what happens when you go and
Yep.
like, ESL's tried something different with this season. It's not APAC either, is it? It's just ANZ.
Just ANZ.
yeah,
Just
so,
ANZ.
because
But-
that's why it's champs, not Zen.
But like moving with the Zen, ANZ, AU and NZ champs mentality,
Yes.
Chiefs aren't doing well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they lost a match 0-2 that they really shouldn't have. Now we watched them beat Ground Zero with Magic,
We did.
and
It was a stomping. Ground Zero managed a total of 10 rounds.
yeah, and oh
In
no,
2
it
matches.
was August. Sorry. Ooh, we've got surprise delivery.
But we didn't
win anything.
celebration chocolate.
Would that be
Um,
from a favourite Cyber Gamer streamer that's currently upstairs? She's a lovely lady. Shout out to Ruby Plays.
Yeah.
Go follow her Twitch account and her Twitter. She's
So
lovely.
it was August. Sorry, not Ground Zero.
Okay.
We thought they were going to do pretty well against them.
Mm.
And then Magic really stepped up and they come away with a 2-0.
Yes.
Now they've gone and played a team that, again, they should have beat in champs, especially with the way they performed the other night. And they got 0-2'd. So it's just it seems to be a curse for those guys.
It is the ESL AUNZ curse. But hey, let's see if they can improve it over the coming weeks. How are
That's
things
it.
looking though in terms of standings? Excuse me, after week 2. Have we got any front of the pack?
Again, like the standings just don't mean much at this time, so I'm not really going to go into it too much. It's been like it's just the start of the second week out of a long season, and
Yep.
there's so much going on. It was just a little bit too confusing. No point putting it in. Let's head over to IM
Let's
Sydney.
move on. IM Sydney Oceania closed qualifier set. Lewis, run through IM Sydney. Terry doesn't get to have an opinion on this show because we don't care.
No, it's just CSGO, and I just cool.
Yeah. Heretic.
I'm not Russian, so I don't care.
Let's have a look here. Here is, ladies and gentlemen, the IM Sydney Oceania closed qualifier set. We have the 8 teams outlined.
Yep, so the first 6 were invited there. Trident got in, and Lucky 7 came into the closed qualifier. So great stuff from them to make it through. April 13th to 17th. They'll run them 3 spots out of those 8. So good chance of getting to IM Sydney.
Now, there's a confusing thing with Order that I want to point out here. Have a look at their logo with the blue points.
The blue, yeah.
Now, we confirmed the other week on the show the inspiration for Order's logo design. Now, the LOL team has the pink logo
Yes, so
that we've
does the
seen.
CSGO
So
on other things.
that's right. But it's confusing me here with the blue because the confirmed image was of CSGO bots training with the minimap where it's just red points all around it. So confusing messages here. What's Order doing?
Maybe HLTV was using the Disorder logo.
Maybe they were.
Maybe.
Moving on though, IM Sydney is going to be really good. We look forward to it, but at the moment we're just waiting. Although Renegades has been announced.
Yeah, who saw that coming?
We did, because it makes bloody sense.
It was guaranteed.
Although it has been interesting, as an aside, we hypothesised how many slots we thought that our region was actually going to have.
We
at
got
IM
one extra
Sydney.
slot than we thought.
We thought we were going to get 2
Plus Renegades.
Plus Renegade.
But we got 3. And then Asia got a ton of, they got 3 spots as well. So that was pretty good to see. Maybe Tallulah will even get an invite and then we'll get 4. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows?
We'll see. Moving on though, WESG, more CSGO, so Terry can basically bugger off.
Yeah, I know. Sure.
But WESG CSGO, a $1.5 million prize pool. And we've got Order and Parallax over there, but WESG has been fraught with controversy this week as well, despite the staggering prize pool.
Bit of controversy, but they dealt with it.
They did,
They dealt
and
with
we
it
need
very
to
well.
commend them. Yes, it was a slip up. I would expect better, but they recovered.
They recovered. So the hotel that they booked apparently cancelled. They booked another hotel. It was horrendous. And all the teams complained, and then they got a new hotel.
Now, we're also not just talking like horrendous as in, oh, these teams expect 5-star accommodation and they were in a 3-star boutique hotel. No, like there was mold, there was wood support beams in the
was the hostel
hallways
out of
holding it
hostel.
up. It was,
The
yeah.
hostel out of hostel.
It really was. It was horrible. From the pictures that the players were putting up there,
Looks pretty bad.
It was pretty bad. Of note though, Miss Harvey and her team, she put out a tweet and they started a GoFundMe so they could pay for their own accommodation because they're like, look,
Yep.
Yeah.
they've screwed up. They had a hotel cancel on them. How do you do that when you've got hundreds of people coming to book into a hotel?
Yeah.
They booked a subsequent hotel that wasn't good enough, so we just want to do it ourselves so we know we're comfortable.
Yeah.
And their community crowdfunded enough in like the space of just like 12 hours, not even, for them to completely book a new hotel for their squad, which was brilliant. So
Yeah.
shout out to that community and, you know, well done to Miss Harvey and the team for making sure they got that sorted.
Yes.
But in saying that, WSG was very open about the conditions and what was going on,
Yep.
and
And
were
they-
public
yeah.
about dealing with it.
And they fixed it up. Moving on to sort of what's going on there, I will get a graphic up.
Have a look here.
And so Parallax didn't make it through. Order won their match, but they got a pass into the next round, so they were guaranteed 10K because 2 teams dropped out of their pool. Same with Group E there. They were just guaranteed to move through.
Right.
Because it's going on currently, I don't have an image for the next one. Oh, but Order as well. They've got 3 Order players, Malta and Burn. You can see Chiefs and Greyhound.
Yes.
Parallax is a mixed bag.
It is. Now, and to explain this for those who don't know, WESG is location based. So Order is the Australian team, Parallax
Correct.
is the Kiwi team.
Correct.
So they've gone under the Parallax name as a throwback, and Order has gone, well, we've got a majority of Order players, we might as well go under our branding, and we can bring the other 2 across.
Looking into the current standings though, Order, so they've got to play 3 matches. They're best of 2s. They tied their first one and they just won their second, so they're currently at the top of their pool.
Looking
Nice.
good.
Nice.
So they're really looking really good to go through to the next stage.
Make sure you follow along and support our boys in Order as they make their WESG a push for victory. And we'll stay up to date, as we always try to stay up to date on everything, because that's kind of the point of this damn show. Looking
of ourselves
locally,
don't
though, back to the CSGO Pro scene here. A new initiative has been started up by James, formerly from Team Immunity, now on the Dark Sided roster, captaining that team, and Sniper, who has a long history. If we started talking about it now to plug all of the things he's done, we wouldn't stop.
Current
But
coach of
he's
Legacy.
Current
There we
coach
go.
of Legacy.
Yep.
They have started up essentially akin to ESEA Rank S. On Faceit, though, it's a hub for the pro CSGO community here.
Yeah, it looks really interesting. Hope it works out. Not going to go too much into it just yet. It hasn't really started, but if you're a CSGO player, check it out.
Yeah.
That's about
it. I'd love to get James on here sometime. James is an Adelaide boy, so it shouldn't be too hard
We'll
to
get
eventually
him in
here.
to explain it a bit better than we can.
We will. We'll get him to plug it here eventually. Moving on, though, Terry, you can talk now.
I'm back.
You're back. You're allowed to have a moment of speech as we talk about Heroes of the Storm for the past 2 weeks. Again, because my existence is pain and I'm a horrible host.
You're a horrible human. Just in general, you're a lawyer.
Yeah, okay. I'm soulless and depraved.
I don't know. There's a billboard I see when I drive home, and it says,
Is that the Andersons one?
Can lawyers be good people too?
At Andersons, we say they can.
Yeah.
And it's a billboard of
A puppy dog.
a person just holding on to a dachshund. So I'm not sure why,
But you're not an Anderson, so
I am not.
That is
I am
true.
not at Anderson's.
All right.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so quick HOTS update. This is the third week of competitive play. There are matches going on tonight. Roster standings as is. Our mates over at Crimson, 4 wins, 1 loss on 5 points. I don't understand the point structure yet.
Okay, you'll eventually understand the point.
so it's
yeah,
gonna
but
be-
it goes to minus, man.
Oh, jeez.
Exactly my point. Nomia, yes?
So that's even weirder than the OPL, where the
Yes.
team that's 8
Yeah.
and 1 is above the 9 and 0 team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
That's it's largely because they play anywhere from 1 to 2 matches a night of best of 3s. Thank you, Blizzard.
Okay.
Anyway, Nomia 3-0, 6 points. Downfall 3-1, 5 points. Outlaws 3-2 on 2 points. Quick Mash Warriors -4 points with 2 and 3. Rich Gang E-Thugs, your mates. 1 win, 3 losses on -3.
They're not thugging around very much, are they?
No. Aztec Entertainment, 1 win, 3 loss, -4. And Emprox, formerly Neko Mimi. Is that right? It's on there? Yeah, Mimi.
Neko Mimi?
Neko Mimi. Just 4 straight losses, 7 points,
Ugh.
-7 points. But there are games on tonight. Aztec versus Rich Gaming, Nomia versus Crimson. Nomia again, so they're doing a double header. They're up against Downfall. Outlaws versus Aztec Entertainment.
And all games are best of 3s. They can be watched over on twitch.tv, /Blizzard_ANZ. Make sure you get the underscore in there, otherwise you'll be looking forever for the wrong channel.
Yes.
Look, that point system coming out just as rough as your burn on me before. Thanks, Mr. Untitled in the chat for feeling me. But we need to move to a quick discussion here, and we're actually doing okay on time today.
God,
that's
so
going to be
discussion.
thrown out the window from now. Lewis, you wanted to have a couple of discussions here. We've got a quick discussion here and an opinion piece on whether Olympics needs esports, and further, the Today Show is dumb.
This is going to be real quick. The Today Show's dumb.
Because they get recorded doing stupid shit in Ubers.
What was it? Peter
Carl?
Stefanovic.
I thought Carl's on Peter's his brother.
Yeah, and he
No,
was on this one.
Peter was on
Oh,
this
is it
one.
this one?
Yes.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Sorry, because he's the
Traditional
one that
television
did,
changing up like esports rosters.
Yes, he's the one that did the IM 60 Minutes
Yes.
interviews and stuff. So he was a bit more in the culture. He was defending it,
He was.
so good on him. But everyone else was still in the 3 year ago American
They
mindset.
sit in their basements with twiddling their thumbs. How is that competitive?
Eating chinos and doing dirty
It's
things
not-
with books.
Yeah, and I mean, Peter Stefanovic wasn't obviously up to speed as much on how to defend against that, so he
No.
did as good as he could.
Yeah.
Do what you
It's
can
not
while
his
you go.
place to have to.
And his
defend
co-host,
against that.
I can't remember his name, but he also had an element of defense in there as well. That he was like, oh, well, you know, it's
Yeah.
like there's merit to this. It is competition.
But I don't want to stick too much on it. Like, there's so much talk about trying to get esports into the Olympics and the esports wanting Olympics, but then they don't want violent games, so it's going to be sports-based esports
Super Mario.
only. No, not even that. It's only
Wii
going to be
NBA, FIFA,
yeah,
Rocket League.
like the 2K series and FIFA,
Okay.
which kind of does that's the most esports it is, but like you can't call it not esports because it's electronic sport.
They are very
Yes.
much the definition of the word
Yeah.
Esports.
esports when you're going a very literal term.
Yeah, but it's not.
but
I don't feel it's true esports in the traditional
no,
sense.
in the endemic sense.
Endemic sense, where everyone's trying to push for esports to be recognised as a sport. I think we're on the same line that's it doesn't matter, and that
No,
it's
no.
also potentially a silly point. It should be under its own entertainment sort of.
Now,
bracket.
MJ, if you're still
Competitive
watching,
entertainment.
I'm sorry if I misappropriate what your meaning was, but I think that all of us here on the panel, and even Steve sitting over there, agree on a point that he made when this discussion inevitably,
Yep.
as it does every few months, came up on Twitter. We don't care.
Nope.
Esports does not care about being classified as a sport.
Zero shits.
Being
Some
esports
people
being a
do.
sport isn't the issue.
Some people do, but
Yes.
we are trying to move along from that. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. What does matter, and the reason why people push for esports to come under sports, is for government classification.
Yeah.
Because in reality, the problem is esports does not, in our country, have the same rights and benefits as the music industry with artists,
Yep.
as the acting talent industry, or the sporting industry. Broadcast talent are not considered the same as actors unless they actually go and do acting gigs. And competitive talent, the players, are not considered to be in an industry competing in something. Regardless of whether it's sport or not, we don't give a crap. All we want is those rights that are afforded to those people, those types of visas to make visa applications a little bit simpler instead of trying to tell the federal government why you're flying into overseas and coming back to play video games.
Yep.
That is the point here.
Yeah.
Now, there is the flip side on that, to touch on it before we move on. Being at the Olympics needs esports. Esports doesn't need the Olympics. Esports is doing perfectly bloody fine without the Olympic Committee. And being in the Olympics, none of those sports actually get money being in the Olympics. You don't get 10 grand when you win a gold. You get a gold medal. You are
Yeah.
classed the best in your field.
Some countries give out prize money on their own back
Yes.
for promoting the country well.
Yes.
That's right.
But that's not from them. It's all on their own backs.
Yep.
It's just a gold. Yes, it's
The
nice.
point
but
of Olympic classification locally in ANZ or in Australia is because if esports goes to the Olympics, the peak body for sports in our country will then be forced to recognise esports as a sport, which is a fast track to getting those rights that we want. It is not, it's a means to an end. It is not the end. It is not what we want, but it's a quick way to get those rights done.
Yep.
Quick being used loosely.
I'll just say the best way I heard it put was if no one's really going to get behind WESG, they're not going to get behind the Olympics either.
That's right. But let us know what you think. Tweet at the Esports Show, or you can badger any one of the three of us at Judge Brand, at T3RRYONE113L, or
double X.
Can you
420.
change that?
at T-Board Time.
Yeah.
I did it
Bugger the
specifically
badger.
to upset you.
I can see that.
Thank you very much, Voltrus, for your support as well. Moving on to another opinion piece, though.
Do we want to do this? Like, I mean, we're running out a bit of a time.
We're running-
Do we want to? Do we want
I
to
want to
save
put
this?
this again. I want to put this to the public.
The public.
I want to put this to the public.
Yes.
We'll run a poll,
We'll run
yes,
a
no,
poll,
or other.
We'll get some
And
stuff
if,
going.
regardless, please reply. We just want your opinion on this so that we can talk
It's
about this
clicking
next
that
week.
button. It's not hard. Come on, guys.
Question is Australia's population size, internet and other related infrastructure an excuse for overseas results? Have a think about that. We're going to put the poll out. For now, hold off your replies. Please condense them all into the one spot on the poll when we release it later on. Lewis is going to do that.
It'll be like once the show ends, we'll get that.
We'll pop
up.
it out there. But have a think about it, because we have our opinions, but we also want to see what you guys think on the public. We are
Yeah.
running out of time this week, so it'll be our feature piece next week, unless
Yeah.
someone screws up massively.
And they will.
It's esports, so unless we get a judge rant, we'll see. But talking about betting numbers and more, this is a piece
Yeah,
for
so-
you, Lewis.
Yeah, I want to talk about this a little bit because it popped up. I was contacted by someone who was trying to make some money off me.
Ooh,
Do you
was
have
it
a-
a ludicrous plan to make massive money?
For him,
Did you have a Nigerian relative who's left you millions?
no.
No?
No. Anyway, I'll get an image up. So I'll go through the progression of how I got there
Okay.
and sort of what.
Do you want your image now or later?
Yeah, let's get a.
Is this the order crowdfunding thing?
Let's get.
No, this is not Orders crowdfunding thing.
Did you finally get that email through?
This here.
Okay. Oh, so actually, I'll start off with just
Okay.
sort of looking at house advantages, not because I want to run this as sort of a public awareness piece for people who may be thinking about getting into gambling, because this is a new area for a lot of people.
Especially
Yeah.
with esports, like
Especially with
esports
esports.
people there's a crossover between people that are in esports that have done things on Sportsbet for sporting, but then there are some people that have never touched betting before. They got into skin betting when that was a big thing, or
Oh,
they might
yeah.
be touching on, Thunderpick or Betway or stuff like that. So,
Yeah, but
public service announcement, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so you're looking at, like up here, I wanted to look at the house advantage on two random games I brought up, like the next games that were happening, or two games that were happening, and just gain a idea of the house advantage here.
Explain house advantage as a concept as well. We might actually
Yep.
cut this piece up and put it online.
Yeah, so house advantage is the percentage of money they're going to take from you over a long period of time, essentially. So say roulette, okay?
Yes.
That's the one of the best European roulette.
And for now, Steve, just leave this graphic up as well while we talk about this, because it's pretty important.
So European roulette has about a 2.4 to 2.7, I think about a 2.7 percent house advantage.
Yes.
All right. And that's one of the best in the casinos. You can get the best on craps, but don't worry, I'm not going to go into that.
Okay.
Here, in sports, you want to be getting around a 4% to 4 to 5% house advantage. That's where you're actually getting better odds against it. It's like in a pokie machine. If they set it to 85 cents output, every dollar that gets in, you are going to, on average, get back 85 cents.
Right.
So they're pretty much, over time, they're just whittling away. Even if you get a win, they're still whittling away.
Okay.
Right? So here, looking straight at the house advantages, you're getting almost 10% on EGB on that first one, right? So that's bad. The higher the number, the worse it is. Over on Betway, 24% house advantage on that three-way.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Crazy. Now, I looked at some futures as well. Futures is the worst. You can get around 30% house advantage on some futures markets.
Oh,
All right?
Jesus.
God.
And that goes for sports and esports. So you're getting rorted hard. League of Legends, World Champions, did the maths on it, 21% house advantage on the
Bloody
futures.
hell.
Okay. WESG CSGO outright this morning was 11% house advantage.
Bloody hell.
So it's still not great. Like, even Bet365 there, $1.83 into $1.83. That's shocking.
That is shocking.
It's absolutely shocking. 8.5% house advantage on that.
So just to clarify here, ladies and gentlemen, we're not here to be endorsing gambling on esports. People can make up their own minds. But what we are doing is we're saying, if you're going to do it, here is just a small piece of advice for you, that you need to be informed. You need to be aware of what's going on to know what you're up against, essentially. This is a crucial part of gambling as
Yeah.
a system.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand this, you are going in more blind than what you would be anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, like, sports betting for a very specific few can be profitable. We've seen some people in the Oceanic region actually get blocked from betting on the sports sites, Bet365, for example,
We have, because they've been
because
so
they've been
good.
successful. So, another thing as well, now you won't see this in sports bets. I do not encourage this at all. However, because these markets are so speculative and there's not as much money going into them as big sports, you can get really strange things happening where, so looking at the Luminosity Rogue, EGB, we'll go down to about $3.65. You can get $2.62 on Rogue.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
On Luminosity, the one under it, you can get $2.43. Right. So if you went and put, let's say, $10 on each,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you are guaranteed to make money. Now, I do not endorse this for several reasons, because every time you try and raw a betting thing, you'll get done. It's like something else I'm going to, that's up here as well very shortly. But something will happen. Say you go to Bet365 and say 1x bet, and you go, okay, I'm putting $100 on, right? And then you go to Bet365 and they're like, my limits, and it's like, your limit is $10 to bet. You're stuffed.
Yeah.
You're stuffed, and now you're hoping that Luminosity wins, even though that's not technically what you wanted your bet to be. So you've got to be careful of those things, and you don't know the limit until you try to put the bet on. Also, go to loot on the order, on both of them. Loot.bet, 100% first deposit bonus up to £100.
Yes.
Okay, so you put on £100, you get £200 to play with. Okay. But the first £100 that you're gambling with is yours, or euros, sorry, in there. The second €100 is theirs. Now, to withdraw that, you have to, I think like 12, on some sites it can go up to, you have to turn that over 12 times. So you have to bet $1,200 worth of bets.
Yeah, or 1,200 of the currency. So here, they're giving you €100. There are sites that when they give you $100 or euro, 12 times that amount needs to be turned over on your account before you can withdraw that free money.
Yes. So it's not yours until that time happens. And if your balance goes down to 99, you now don't own any of that money.
Yep.
You own zero of that until those turnover requirements are met. And when you're looking at, say, an average of 8% from these figures up here, when you're looking at 8% house advantage, it's very, very unlikely you're going to walk away a winner.
That's right. So moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, for that segment here, is something we always want to do. He's got a vast history in hosting poker tournaments, being an events man. Like this guy, when it comes to gambling, I trust this man when he says don't do it.
Yeah.
Because, and if you are going to do it, it's a hobby that people enjoy. Okay, we're not discussing the ethics of it here, but you need to be informed of how this system works.
And only do it, treat it like you're investing in Bitcoin. You don't own that money until you withdraw it or win or whatever.
Yeah.
Just assume it's lost as soon as you put it on the site. If you want to do it for a bit of fun, you're not there and you're not going to get rich quick. It's just not going to happen unless you're super duper lucky. You may as well pay the lottery, etc. And then when you said multis, you're adding those house advantages together every time you do it.
Every time. It works out that the house advantage on each individual bet of a multi
they get
is
grouped.
there individually, and realistically that's a house advantage on your whole bet.
Yep.
So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. All right, public service announcement. That's it. That's our little piece over. Lewis felt that we need to keep you guys educated.
That was half the public service
Oh,
announcement.
God.
Now we go into the dude who contacted me.
Okay.
So I was in that group you invited me to.
Yes.
The Chris Mayo Smith's
Esports Gaming Oceania business kind of. That's the rough. I can't remember. I can never remember the full correct way to say that name.
That's right. But anyway, before it triggered me and I left it. We'll get up the next image.
Okay.
Go to
Let's
the
have a look at
next
this.
The other one.
Other
Sorry.
one?
Yep.
You're the best.
That's us.
The 20?
We knew it would happen.
No, that's
He has done so well, ladies and gentlemen. So please support Steve in the
might
chat.
be the one before that, it might be the one after that.
You're the best, Steve.
He's got us. He's coming.
Wow, I said it and you didn't.
Right here.
Right.
So Lars Luchsak, I'm going to go with.
Large sack.
Now
Cool.
he's not dodgy, okay? Just straight up, he's not dodgy. But he
Okay.
runs a group called Esports Betting that I saw through that page.
Okay.
Okay. So he's just giving his own tips, free tips, mostly Dota 2 based.
There is
And
personal
giving-
opinions, but he's putting them out there publicly
And
as part of a
giving-
Facebook group.
And giving advice and a little write up about it.
Okay.
Okay, a little bit of information, little hobby for him or whatever.
No different to
And-
talking with the boys at the pub about it. It's just this guy's posting it online.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a nice little thing that he's doing. I mean, I don't take any of the tips. I don't bet on esports anymore. But I then get a message on Messenger
Yes.
from this dude, Louis Albatash, a member of the esports betting community.
Okay.
So what it looks like is he's going around. I don't know if it's known that this is happening within the community. He sends me a message just like, "Hey, bro," and I was like, "I'll
Sup?
see where this is going." with an interesting went to. I can't read that myself.
No, I'm not versed in Arabic.
Yeah, but
Or Hebrew. I'm not sure which language that is.
I-
Farsi?
I'm not gonna take a guess, to be honest.
No.
It could be Tamil for all I know. If So
love the
he
profile
come up
pic.
and he sent a few things. It's like, oh, do you gamble and all that? And then he sends me through all the images on the next one. I'm going to be annoying, Steve. I'm going to go to the next one, then I'm going to come back.
Okay, so let's have a look at the next slide now. Oh, he's just getting it ready. We've messed him up. This one
Yep.
here.
Okay.
So it just spams me with these. It's like 1,000% bet again. Thanks a lot. You're amazing. It's all. Who knows if they're real or not?
Oh, but these are all testifying how amazing he is.
Now they could be real. I'll explain why they could be real later.
Okay.
So if we go back, he goes like, I'm not selling anything. It's predictions, not tips, etc. You win the money. You just give me a percentage of the wins.
Okay.
So you're not paying for them. Sounds
Interesting.
good, right?
Sounds like a timeshare in
Freebie,
Florida.
Yeah.
You beauty.
No, it's a timeshare in Florida.
But there's an actual show. It's not a scam. It's not technically a scam.
No.
What he's doing
It's
either.
a con.
There's two ways he could be doing it. One's not a scam. One is a scam.
Okay.
Right? I'm not sure which way, but as I said, I know how these things work. I'm not interested. And he's like, no, I'm not like the other. You win, and then I take my share. It's like, not interested. I know how these things work. And he gives the
Okay.
thumbs up, like, okay,
I'm not gaining any ground here.
I get it. So how this works, we can get rid of this now if we want.
It's broken.
How this works is, so he doesn't take any money from you initially.
Yes.
I'll go with the scam way first.
Okay, explain the scam.
Okay, scam way, you get a lot of people. So the traditional way this was done is in the mail, in England, I believe. They send out a bunch of tips. They go, this is a free tip, put the bet on if you want. This team's going to win. So they get a 50-50 matchup, and one gets Manchester United, half get Manchester United, half get Liverpool. Okay? So all the people, so Manchester wins. All right, don't worry about Liverpool people. I'll now send out to Manchester people.
Because all the Manchester people won,
They're
so
like,
they're
"Hey,
going to be
he's
like, oh my
right."
God, he
Yeah.
was right.
He's right. Now I'll move on to the next match for the week. Send out that letter. 50-50. Do that a couple times,
Yep.
and you've got a very few select people who are like, this dude's onto it. I'm going to
He knows something.
I'm going to send him money for his tips.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's the scam way.
Because then these people are going, this guy's so good, I'm going to pay him for his tips now.
Yeah.
Because he's proven that he's that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this was that way though.
No.
This is more, and there's legitimate businesses in the US that do it, but it's not in your favor to be a part of these.
No.
There's actually a YouTube series on one of them in the US.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in your favor to do it at all because what happens is he'll make up, say, 3 tips. Just pulling a number out of my head. And then he'll have like his clientele, and it's in his best interest for all those tips to win,
Yeah.
but he hedges his bets.
Right.
So he sends out to a third of people, you guys, this is my 100% tip. You guys, this is my 100% tip. And you guys, this is my 100% tip.
Okay.
Any wins, he takes like 10% of that win,
Right.
right? So you send those out, say 2 win, all those people that bet, and you have to agree with him before you bet how much you're betting. So you go, you want this tip, you've got to bet $100 on it, right? And he tries to get it up as much as possible because he makes money off you betting more. So he goes, like, you got to bet 100, you got to bet 1,000, etc. And once you agree, even if you don't make that bet, you still owe him money.
That's right.
Really?
Because you've agreed that you'll make that bet and you'll owe him a percentage of the winnings. So you owe him an estimated percentage of winnings whether or not you
Yeah.
actually place the bet. You owe him that money because that's what you've agreed to.
Wow.
Now he may
People are assholes.
he may be a good tipster.
He might be.
He may. But that's how these things work. I would advise not to get involved in these things. If you do, as we said before, if you want to gamble, do it for a bit of fun, do your own research. Maybe even the Lars's
Yeah,
Page?
join a group, a hobby group
one
that
of those free
discusses
ones.
it. There's
yeah,
no
discuss
harm.
it. Go on there, post some things about it. Those things, like I don't mind those things if they're done responsibly. But just don't get into these dodgy things.
That's it. At the end of the day, it's like joining a multi-level marketing scheme. It's a Ponzi scheme, but legal.
Yep.
They're the same things. Don't bloody touch them. They don't work. If it's a get-rich-quick scheme, you're not the one getting rich.
Yep.
Moving on, so we can finish the show, because we are running a little over time. As always, welcome back. The Overwatch League has had players banned and released. Lewis, talk to us about that, because Nightfall's not here.
Yeah, I'll get that up. My
While he
notes are on
gets
my
that
phone,
up and he
of
has a
course.
look, the Overwatch Contenders has started, and there's been a flood of OC orgs to snap up teams. You can watch that, twitch.tv/Overwatch Contenders. It's the global channel. It's on at awkward times for our region. Business-wise, it makes sense. We've discussed that as well.
Yep.
But make sure you head over there and catch the Contenders games.
Yeah.
Lewis, have you got the Overwatch League news?
The Overwatch League news, I don't think that was compiled enough for me. So I'm just going to say lots of more players were banned.
XQC was banned again.
No, he was kicked.
He was kicked
he's done.
as well. He's gone. So
Wait,
he was
he was-
booted from his
He was
team.
released.
Was he the one who called someone a retard on stream?
No,
he got
he was-
banned.
Or he was the
no,
permanent.
He did that, and
Yeah.
then it was homophobic slurs.
and
Yeah,
he
and
got
then-
banned on stream.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he got
Yeah.
booted on stream. Then
There
he made
was
an
a lot.
apology, and
Yep.
it's just get the
Well, he's
GTFO.
finally been given the flick from his club.
Was it
Good bloody riddance. So
Fuel?
I'm pretty sure it was Dallas Fuel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they released him. We'll move on to contenders though. So
Yes.
OCE, there were some teams that have come in. Now I didn't get an image for this, but Ex Athletico is now, because contenders has come. All the
Yes.
orgs are jumping on the train.
Yes.
Let's get a team.
Yeah.
Because now it gets views. Now we care about it, which is obvious
From a business perspective, of
It's-
course.
Yeah.
it's a good idea.
Don't invest
No.
when there was nothing. Invest now
No.
because there's benefit.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Smart idea.
So Ex Athletico is now blank blue.
Yes.
Ex Kings are the Sydney Drop Bears. I wouldn't have minded Drop Bears, but I don't like the Sydney in front of it. Even
Now,
though they're a Sydney-based team.
They are a
technically.
Sydney-based team.
Or Sydney-based
They are
org.
owned by Guinevere Capital as part of their group of Direwolf, Super Stellar, and now the Sydney Drop Bears. The SCG is a major part of all the deals that Guinevere do. We understand the branding. We understand the gimmick of Drop Bears because it's an age-old Australian thing that makes foreigners and locals laugh.
It's fact.
We get
it's
that.
fact. It's
You know
fact.
the difference, don't you, between the typical Australian drop bears and the Sydney drop bears?
What's the difference between a typical Australian drop bear and a Sydney drop bear, Steve?
The Sydney drop bears all just do stabbies.
The Sydney drop bears just stabbies. Wow. Yeah, no biting from them. We get that. None of us on this panel are going to disagree. We understand. We still hate it.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
like
Now, the business side of things with Guinevere doing this and having Direwolves and Superstellar and the Drop Bears. I
And the
get it.
same esports sort of outdated logo style.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. That's cool. We're not here to dispute that. What we are here to do is say, for Christ's sake, like the amount of times that people talk about the Direwolf, Superstellar, now they're going to do it with the Sydney Drop Bears, we're doing it right bloody now, is that you look at the press releases that come out of this, and maybe this is a segment for another show, but it's like, oh, they're part of this thing with Guinevere Capital, including teams like Direwolves and Superstellar.
Does Superstellar have a team?
My question exactly, they have 2 Twitch streamers. I like both of them. I get along very well with Kel and with Tequila. They're great ladies. I'd consider them friendly acquaintances, right? We don't exactly catch up for lunch, but I like those girls. They're cool. They're
So-
great people. But what team?
So for months,
They have a
since
brand.
since the
Yeah.
High Performance Centre's been made, where they can build and foster a team from CGA to CGP,
Yeah.
theoretically,
Theoretically.
they haven't been able to form a team.
CG season's on, don't see. Steve, is there a Superstellar team on CG right now? Am I ignorant?
I barely know who's in CGP.
Steve barely knows who's in the top
AM?
8, so... Look, if we are wrong, please tell us, because
we
we
might be
haven't
wrong.
seen anything to... I looked, and I haven't seen anything to say to the contrary.
Steve is
Steve's
researching
going to
as
look
we
right
speak.
now. But I'm sick
I-
of this damn discussion. Please be accurate. Yes, it's petty semantics, but get nicked, okay?
Well, get a team.
Stop confusing terms that are not interchangeable. You don't have a team, you have a brand. Who does not have a team or a roster, you have a couple of streamers. That's cool, but market it as such.
And it's still not esports. It's
Where is
streamers.
the ethics in this, man?
I
That's
don't-
my rant for this
yeah.
week. Gavel down!
Hey, do we have the clip for that? Can Steve?
Do we have the gavel down? Maybe. No, probably not.
The gavel down clip. But
Gino
no,
wanted
like,
to
it's
throw.
just-
Yeah. Just ding. Just fucking ding.
Oh, shite.
Look, welcome back. This is what you missed last week.
Yeah.
No, we didn't miss it at all.
No, but the point stands that it's like how they keep grouping Superstellar in there when, as Steve just confirmed, there's
team.
still no team, months, and they've got, I assume, a really good offer on board.
And now I also want to say, if we get a comeback from any member that's affiliated with Superstellar or Guinevere or that whole group saying we're working on stuff, that's great.
Cool.
But
I
it's
would
like-
bloody hope
Yeah.
so.
No, but then
like,
is
we
it
haven't
like-
seen fruits of your labour with that brand for so long now.
Is it like Legacy CSGO team though? How was in?
No Superstellar either of the award-winning Australian Esports Masters.
No, there's no Superstellar on CG. There's no Superstellar team on the award-winning Australian
Okay.
Esports Masters.
We're going to have to get all the banners remade.
We
But
are.
they had a team before they got
They
announced.
did.
So they've gone backwards.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Makes sense.
A discussion another time. Maybe another point that we can have people flame us at on Twitter because no one's subtweeting about me anymore or flaming
Yeah.
me. So
We can
I'm
fix
missing the
that.
drama.
If we're wrong, we're happy to be proved wrong.
Absolutely.
But be prepared to be yelled at
But,
length.
Moving
By
on.
Lewis.
Anything else to say about contenders, my friend?
Legacy picked up a team.
Yes.
Ex-Stunner Mill with a caramel sundae.
I love that team name, but I also love it's good to
And-
see Strawbella back at Legacy.
Okay.
Strawbella was the first female pro in League of Legends in our region.
Right.
She was a bloody good support and retired from League. Wasn't, I'm not sure, I can't remember fuzzy on the reasons why, but she's actually leading this Overwatch team. It's good
Nice.
to see her back.
Brilliant.
Yeah, she's
Brilliant.
a phenomenal esports player.
And Darksided have picked up Ex-Scylla.
Cool.
Nice.
So does Scylla have anything left?
Did
No, they don't even have Hearthstone.
a-
That went to Darksided as well, didn't it?
Mr. Lego go to Darksided?
Mr. Lego and the other one went to. I'm pretty sure they went to Darksided as well. I saw that announcement. So
Darksided, they are just
They are making
swallowing-
moves.
They are swallowing up everything.
They've
look,
been
they're
saving
making-
their pennies for the last 5 years. Now they're buying everything.
I love the hustle. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to finish because we're already 13 minutes over and you're sick of hearing us. We do have.
Not me, I've barely spoken.
gotta-
Steve, that
Yeah,
fills out the box. I can't read the bloody thing.
Make the box bigger.
Okay, so there has been some controversy around an event. Here's some breaking news or a topical discussion. An event called PUBG Zemo. Now, most of the announcement was written in an Asian font. I wasn't sure whether it was Chinese, Japanese, whatever. I'm not versed in that, so I don't want to make any assumptions, right? But I couldn't read the announcement other than the dollar signs on there.
This is converted by Flames.
This has been converted by Flames from HLTV. Thank you very much, Steve.
This is on the website.
As an international esports competition that gathered all the top-level PUBG teams in the Pacific region, the PUBG Zemo Australian Invitational Tournament will present an exciting international esports event for FPS fans. 20 professional PUBG teams from China, Australia and SEA will officially be invited to battle on the same stage in Melbourne. The total prize will be 150,000 Australian dollars.
Jeez.
Now, they are being played at an assortment of LAN cafes. There's 4 of them. To house all these players,
At LAN Cafe.
yes. So
Nice.
all these players are going to be split across 4 locations in Melbourne
So cool.
to play PUBG. It's really cool, but it's been horribly organised. Most of Australia didn't actually know about it
Yeah.
until Blue, who I have to say thank you so much
Yeah.
to Blue.
He's
I
from
love that guy.
Starladder?
From Ultra TV. I'm not sure about his movements now, if he's still at Ultra TV.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
the
love
Ultra
this
TV.
guy. He did a PSA putting it out there going, hi guys, I've just seen this. I've translated it. It's happening in Melbourne. Australian teams are being invited to this. We've got no idea what's going on, but I wanted to let the English-speaking crowd of esports in Australia know what's happening.
I'll assume it was a Chinese announcement then.
I would assume so. Kiri May in the chat first that they've heard of it. Yeah, it was. I heard of this on Twitter. I wanted to put this on the show, but I didn't have enough information. I looked into it and I couldn't work out what the bloody hell was going on.
And
so
at LAN Cafe, so they're not getting an event.
they're
not going to
well,
stage.
it is an event, but to have the hardware
Yeah,
to
it's a lot of
support
hardware.
20 4-man squad teams.
100 computers. No,
Yeah,
80 computers.
80 computers.
I'd get 100
Plus
just for
production.
spares.
That's right. So to facilitate that, 4 locations of a LAN Cafe franchise around Melbourne. Steve's also sent something else to me. What is he sending now?
No.
I don't know.
Paxton EB Expo. For
Oh,
next.
he's expanded it for me. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. The live finals are supposed to be played at the MCEC. Vulture's asking, is the webpage for the PUBG event? You've only seen a bunch of split up tweets about it. Same here, and same. I've only seen a couple of posters, I would assume, in Chinese. Chris from GMC called the exhibition centre. They didn't have a booking for that date. That's right. So here's the investigative journalism that's gone on, not by us, but I read all of it.
No, well, I didn't even know about it.
So Chris from Jam Gaming.
Yeah.
Now, there was allegations, like Aranga's put in the chat here, that it's supposed to be held at the Melbourne Convention Centre. Right, a Convention Exhibition Centre, MCEC. Right. Chris from Jam Gaming called the MCEC. They do not have an event on that date registered under any potential name or for even the size that they would need for that event for the finals. So this is the most up in the air bullshit esports thing that I've seen announced in our region, and there should have actually been some collaboration to get this off the ground.
It's a lot of
Because
money.
that is a great thing.
That's awesome.
They're clear, if they're putting it on and Bluehole's not going to shut them down, they've obviously got permission. That is cool. 150K.
Well, you'd assume they've got permission. Who knows with these kind of things?
Oh, it's now on the MCEC website. Vultures has just checked, it came out
Okay,
tonight.
so we
So
got
now it's been updated, thank God. There's your link, guys, in the chat.
So the
Good
finals
luck.
are there, so maybe they'll then have like the top 8 or 10 teams or something from
I would
those
assume so.
20s?
Unfortunately, it's just from looking at this and all the discussion on it,
do
it's
we know
been
when it
really
is?
well done
When's
and
the,
announced in China.
when's the supposed date?
You linked that, but I'm blind. Bugger off, Steve. I didn't see crap. I don't know,
No,
honestly.
okay.
But Vultures, as Vultures has said, even on that link, there's very little info. So stay tuned, guys. Have a search.
Yeah,
if you're
right.
PUBG fans, get onto it if you can. I got no idea, and I wish I had more info for you.
25th to
Or I wish I had
27th
the time.
of April.
Thank you, Vultures. You're the best. Didn't see
Around.
crap because I'm blind. Yeah, well, I'm not wearing my glasses. True that. It didn't link up initially, and I think this has been just a poor execution for the Australian market.
Yep.
When it's in Australia?
And the event's being held here. A lesson to be learned. One, I need glasses. But two, some better execution. Don't execute unless we've got info.
Yeah.
Looking
strange.
though, before we finish, the AESA and the New Zealand Esports Federation,
Yes.
NZESF, have teamed up to form the Oceania Esports Council, and I hope they achieve more in the near future than some of them have achieved in the past 5 years. And no one of relevance is going to hear me say that because they blocked me all on Twitter. So, or they haven't blocked me, but they don't follow me anymore. So,
Yes. No, I mean, like their goal is still to get it recognised as a sport and go to the Olympics, which is
which is out of their control because the Olympics are already considering that, especially when you consider Tokyo.
Yeah.
And they've spent 5 years trying to get our local local in terms of our federal government
government,
recognising it,
To
and
recognise
have
it.
not been able to do so yet.
No.
Every talk I've ever had with them has said, we're working on it, we're talking with the government about it. That's all well and good. I'm talking to Coca-Cola about an exclusive sponsorship for the esports show. I've sent 43 cold emails and they haven't responded, but it's still conversation, just one way. Like, enough of that crap.
Maybe the New Zealand mob will come in. Well, the AESA, they may get something done.
Maybe they'll get
Maybe.
something done. Let's stay tuned and find out.
The thing is, their mission statement is something that we find redundant now, and we'd like them to maybe pursue their time into other areas.
And so far, all they've managed to do, which credit to them, they've run qualifiers for some great international events
Well, yeah,
that are also connected with corporations that have horrible, horrible corruption overseas.
Oh, so FIFA's getting into esports, like proper FIFA.
Upcoming though, you can get land tickets for the WD Cyber Gamer Premier League 2018 autumn
Yay.
finals. They're available over on Eventbrite. You can head to the CG website to get them, or Steve's probably going to undermine me and put a link in the chat. There's
will.
CSGO happening for WD CGPL Autumn for the CSGO finals. There's also the open entry Street Fighter event. Anyone in Asia Pacific can enter. Head over to the CG site as well, and you can also get tickets to that and compete. Just got to make it to the Adelaide LAN for that event, and there you go. Just, go into the
yep.
the winning the entry for winnings of
Come
up
here.
to 10K total.
Street Fighter 1. So, do you need to bring anything?
Yes, please bring, and I'm going to go through the info and specify this, your own stick. So whatever you use to play the game, whether you use the commonly referred to as a stick, I'm not getting better.
No, don't ask the
your
esports
own
people to
stick.
play with their own stick.
I'll ask them whatever I like. Bring your own stick to play with, or a controller, depending on how you play. I don't know anyone that plays professional Street
Bring
Fighter
your-
that actually does it.
bring your
your
controller.
gaming apparatus to compete.
You don't need a computer. You don't need a console.
No,
You don't need a monitor.
no.
Just a
Whatever it is,
control device.
correct.
A human interface.
Brucey from Avant said he's interested in coming here, so apparently you don't even have 3 winning players.
Steve has just said, Brucey from Avant is even looking at coming down, so if you're Avant and you're heading over, apparently you don't even need to bring winning players. Thanks, Steve, for that one. We need to get that man a mic so I don't have to take the blame for all the things he says.
Well, you can hear him a little bit under the back, so it is.
You can. Other than that, Lewis, take us away with everyone's favourite segment. They've been waiting patiently for an hour and 22 minutes to get here.
Oh, Jesus, a long show.
It's the E-Gaming Award, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Certainly is. Well, we've had 2 weeks.
It's almost like we have a graphic here
So-
normally, but something's gone wrong.
Is there a transition for the E-Gaming Award?
Oh shit, we do it now, sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We can.
He's won awards!
Well, yeah, run the trend.
Accidentally deleted the stinger.
Oh, don't worry about.
Accidentally deleted
Don't worry about the
Stinger
stinger then.
transition.
Don't worry about the stinger.
We're
In a
ready
s-
for the video,
in
Steve.
a second, I'll just set it up. This
Okay.
is an advert on Twitch. I'm sure people that are watching are aware of Twitch because it's on Twitch right now.
Yes. Are we live streaming to Facebook as well?
You may have seen this ad during these.
Yeah, actually, my thing to see the chat is actually frozen on this ad.
Oh my God.
Okay.
It is a horrendous ad.
Is it G50?
No.
No,
Stop it!
it's the next gamer.
This is for ESET
Next.
Antivirus. It is an advert featuring talent you
Yep.
may well know: Hysterics, Super Angry Bro, and Geek and Gamer Girl. Let's just watch the video.
Yeah, let's watch it.
We're in our final moments of today's tournament between Super Angry Brothers and Geek and Gamer Girl. It's been a long game today, with Super Angry Brothers doubling Geek and Gamer Girl's score. What will she do? What's going on? Taken out by a software update right in the final moments of the round. What's her secret weapon?
ESET Antivirus with Gamer Mode.
Okay.
With
Lewis,
gamer mode.
do you want to take away why this is such a poor ad in general, or should I have another explosion moment? Because MJ has said it has unique character.
No, maybe I think he was talking about the show with the statement about the show. About
I
being
think
off the
so.
cuff
So
and
Dude Raw
half-assed.
has said first time tuning in, this seems to be run half-assed, and they love it. We love you. Thank you. This is half-assed because we don't have funding to make it any better.
And I think MJ's response was a good way to say they're special.
I hope that's about us and not about this bloody advert.
it's bad.
Fundamentally, most esports players don't have an antivirus. Antiviruses,
Yeah, but if it
by
has
and
gamer
large,
mode-
are an obsolete piece of software. They are only useful if you are downloading things onto your system, and this is a very simplified explanation of what they do. But they're only useful if you're downloading things from sites that aren't reputable, that don't safely secure their files, and someone has tampered with them to put malware or anything into it. That's when they're useful. Unfortunately, for a lot of gaming programs, antivirus software tries to stop them running because they boot up and try to make changes to your computer, like changing your native resolution and all of those things. So pro gamers don't use antivirus.
It's the condom you don't need.
It's the condom you don't need
It's-
because, I'm not
literally.
going into that analogy. So that's the 1st
I'm married and
point.
have a kid. I'm just telling you. It's the
Steve's
condom
point
you don't
that
need.
he made the other day. Not about that one, Steve. This isn't the STD show. It's the esports show. The point Steve made the other day
It could be.
is that if you are in a competition, fundamentally the narrative of the advert itself is flawed for esports because they're in the final round. He has doubled bloody Geek and Gamer Girl's points. How in the final round of a competition do you get the lead? Because he basically can't play anymore because he's had a freaking Windows update. Is it
PUBG.
that, or is this bloody Whose Line Is It Anyway, where the names are made up and the points don't matter?
No, the
It's
thing
like
is,
the esports show where the 3 hosts are idiots and the news doesn't matter.
the thing is, it was a good advert for, say, America, where it's all overacting and bad
Yeah,
anyway.
absolutely.
It probably is targeted at America.
It was not I can get rid of Windows Defender because it destroys streaming.
Yeah, it does.
Destroys it.
Destroy stream. So, like, to respond to the chat, MJ has said the ad is unique as well for all the wrong reasons, and we firmly agree.
Yeah.
Genome, I think the thing that tilts me the most about the ad is the voiceover is so out of sync. Look, the audio on our show is tiny out of sync, like
Yep.
tiniest, and even that tilts me a little bit. Steve's done a damn good job, but it's the quality of content that tilts Steve, so any sponsors watching, help. But other than that, like Kirame said, look, Windows Defender, if you are actually concerned about the security of your computer, put Windows Defender on high.
Yep.
It gives you an alert anytime any program wants to be downloaded. It gives you an alert anytime any program on your computer wants to make changes, unless you've explicitly given that program administrator access. And even then,
Now,
it'll tell you you're not the administrator.
Yeah.
So
I'll say
it's
that
obsolete.
I'll say that Esset though make a very good product. I used NAD32 for many years when I was living in China
Right.
because that's even dodgier.
Yeah.
That is super dodgy over there. So I do rate it as an antivirus. I don't rate this ad.
No.
I don't rate this ad at all. It's bad. It's over.
It's an
the top.
out-of-touch marketing team that
Out
has
of
brought,
touch. That is
that
the
has
word.
brought relevant people on for an advert, but hasn't actually engaged with the proper narrative to sell the product to the intended audience.
And made them look like idiots.
Yeah.
So look, guys. Nah, well,
Shut up,
And
Steve.
we make ourselves look like idiots all the
That's
time.
by
we don't
choice.
even make ourselves do it. Well, it
But-
just happens.
It's yeah.
I was born this way.
Ladies and gentlemen, so thank you so much for being here. This show is amazing as it is, but it's a three blokes at a pub feel with some random dude yelling crap off screen 11 out of 10, basically. And if you're old enough to know Australian classics, he's essentially our Dickie Knee.
Yeah.
But thank you very much, everybody here. We appreciate you for watching us tonight. I got no idea how many of you are there. Thanks for interacting with us. We have a live chat every week for any of you that are new here. We talk about esports coverage, not just for ANZ, which is our hometown in Australia and bugger New Zealand, but we also do international news. Thank you very much to Lewis Tibor Gratz, who's sitting on the far left for
Cheers.
you, for bringing in the champagne and regaling us with tales of esports bullshittery.
The cock and bull.
The cock and bull. You are the cock and bull of this show. Thank you very much to Terry Badger O'Neill for being there talking about League of Legends Heroes of the Storm and shutting up because we don't let him talk.
Yep.
A massive thank you to our award winner on production, Stephen Sams. He is the COO of Cybergamer.
Double award winning.
Double award winning because we'll give him all the credit for AEM,
I
even
think we
though
have to-
Asterix was the one behind
I
it.
think we have to give. Asterix got no credit for that online, and that he should get credit for that.
He should be getting credit.
He
for
should
it.
get like a
10%.
lot of credit for that.
Yes, he should.
Because he's the one that's here for 16 hours a day over the weekend producing AEM.
Yeah, okay, Steve's point here is,
Okay,
yeah,
good
AEM's
point.
Jeremy's point and he
Screw-
runs it, but it's
screw
mostly
Jeremy.
automated and he's not even here for the bloody event when we're here for 16 hours producing it.
Yeah.
Unsung hero. But thank you very much, Steve, for being here. Thank you to everybody that listens to our bullshit and for all of those that we've talked about tonight for flaming us later on this week on Twitter. For now, we're not going to leave you with anything because we don't have any video content to play out the show. My name's Matthew Judge Brand. I'll see you next week, maybe.
And he's a lawyer.